Ever heard the saying, sharing is caring? Well, let's add a footnote to that. Sometimes. That's right, there's a golden rule to sharing, and it's not about giving away your last piece of chocolate or revealing your secret superhero identity. It's about knowing what to share and with whom to share it with. Take it from me, I once shared my embarrassing high school nickname with a colleague, and the next thing I knew, the whole office was calling me Fluffy Bunny. Not my proudest moment, I assure you. Today we're going to talk about the 4 main categories of people in our lives: colleagues, life partners, children, and friends. And guess what? Each of these relationships has a unique do not share list. Yep, there are some things that are just better left unsaid. So buckle up, because we're about to dive into the world of oversharing and its consequences. Starting off with the professional realm, let's look at the top 10 things you should keep to yourself at work. First off, your personal issues. We all have them, but the office isn't the place to air them out. It's important to keep our professional and personal lives separate. You don't want to be that person everyone avoids at the water cooler. Second, gossip. It's tempting, I know, but gossiping about your colleagues can create a toxic work environment, plus it's simply unprofessional. Leave the drama for your favorite reality TV show. Third, your financial information. Keep your salary, debts, and investments to yourself. These discussions can lead to unnecessary tension and competition, which is the last thing you need in a team-oriented environment. Next, your love life. While it's perfectly okay to mention you're in a relationship, there's no need to share every little detail. It's called personal for a reason. Fifth, negative opinions about your job or boss. Even if you're having a rough day, venting at work can make you seem unprofessional and can even jeopardize your job. Sixth, medical issues. Unless it directly impacts your work, it's best to keep health matters private. Seventh, your wild weekend escapades. You may have had the time of your life, but your colleagues don't need to hear every detail. Eighth, political views. In today's divisive climate, it's best to avoid discussing politics at work. It can lead to heated debates and strained relationships. Ninth, your plans to leave the company. If you're looking for a new job, keep it under wraps until you've secured a new position. You don't want to risk your current job before you're ready to move on. And finally, 10th, avoid sharing too much information about your family. While it's okay to share the occasional anecdote, remember that the workplace isn't the place for a family history lesson. Remember, work is not a therapy session. Some things are better left unsaid. Moving on to our second category, let's explore the things you should not share with your life partner. Now, before you raise your eyebrows, let's clarify something. Love is about trust, understanding, and sharing, yes. But it's also about respecting one's individuality and personal space. First off, it's not always necessary to share every detail about your past relationships. Sure, honesty is important, but delving into the nitty-gritty of past romances can often lead to unnecessary comparisons and insecurities. Let the past stay in the past and focus on the love you have now. Second, family drama. It's one thing to share your feelings and thoughts about your family with your partner, but it's another to drag them into the drama. It's important to maintain a balance and avoid putting your partner in a difficult position. Next, your personal insecurities. While it's perfectly okay to be vulnerable with your partner, sharing every single insecurity can create an atmosphere of negativity. It's better to work on these insecurities yourself or with the help of a professional. Moving on, it's not advisable to share every single detail about your daily routine. Everyone needs a bit of mystery to keep the spark alive, right? Fifth, your personal passwords. Trust doesn't mean you need to share your email or social media passwords with your partner. Privacy is important and each person should respect that. Next, avoid sharing all of your personal health issues. While it's important to discuss significant health concerns, sharing every minor ache or pain can lead to unnecessary worry. The seventh point, avoid sharing negative opinions about your partner's family or friends. This can lead to unnecessary tension and conflict. Eighth, avoid sharing every single negative thought or criticism that crosses your mind. Constructive feedback is important, but constant criticism can be harmful. Ninth, don't share all of your financial details. While it's important to discuss financial matters, maintaining some level of financial independence can be healthy. Lastly, avoid sharing all the details of your personal grooming habits. Some things are better left unsaid, right? In love, some secrets are not deception, but a preservation of personal space. Next up, we have the things parents should not share with their children. The world of parenting is a constant balancing act, isn't it? Between sharing enough to foster trust and understanding, and oversharing to the point where it may cause unnecessary worry or confusion. So let's delve into the 10 things parents should avoid sharing with their children. First on the list is financial woes. It's one thing to teach kids about money management, quite another to burden them with the stress of financial instability. Remember, they're kids, not accountants. Next, adult problems. Be it your work stress, marital issues, or health concerns, these are too heavy for young shoulders to bear. Your child is not your therapist. Thirdly, negative feelings about other family members. If you're upset with Uncle Joe, keep it between the adults. Kids should be allowed to form their own opinions about people. Similarly, explicit details about your personal life should be kept under wraps. Sure, your wild college days might make for an interesting story, but maybe save it for when they're older. Then we have your fears and insecurities. It's important to show kids that it's okay to have fears, but constantly expressing your own might make them more anxious. Next, avoid sharing harsh criticisms about their other parent. Regardless of your relationship status, it's crucial not to taint their perception. Moving on, avoid sharing every detail of your past mistakes. It's one thing to guide them by sharing lessons learned, but a detailed confession might not be so helpful. Moreover, avoid sharing graphic news or media. We live in a world where information is at our fingertips, but not all of it is suitable for young minds. The ninth point is to avoid sharing your stress. Kids pick up on your emotions and may feel stressed themselves. Lastly, don't share your unrealistic expectations. It's great to encourage them to reach for the stars, but let them choose their own path. Remember, your kids are not your confidants. Some burdens shouldn't be shared. Let's allow them to enjoy their childhood while it lasts before the adult world beckons them. Lastly, let's tackle the things you should not share with your friends. Now, friendships are a treasure trove of shared experiences, secrets, and laughter. But even in these close-knit relationships, there are boundaries that should be respected. So let's talk about 10 things that you might want to keep to yourself. First on the list is intimate details about your love life. Sure, sharing some lovey-dovey anecdotes can be fun, but remember that your relationship involves two people and your partner may not appreciate their personal life becoming a topic of conversation. Secondly, personal family matters. Every family has its own quirks and challenges, and these should be handled within the family unit. Sharing these issues with friends can lead to unwanted advice or even judgment. Third, information about other friends. Gossiping or sharing secrets about mutual friends can harm relationships and trust. It's better to keep other people's affairs out of the conversation. Fourth, your financial situation. Whether you're swimming in the wealth or barely making ends meet, your financial status can create unnecessary envy or pity. Fifth, your personal insecurities. Sharing these can make you vulnerable to hurtful comments, even if unintentional. Sixth, your every single thought and feeling. Some things are better left unsaid to maintain a healthy friendship. Seventh, avoid sharing critical opinions about their personal life unless asked for. It can come off as intrusive and unsolicited. Eighth, your medical history. Unless it's necessary or relevant, your friends don't need to know every detail of your health. Ninth, your work complaints. Constantly venting about work can make you seem negative and draining to be around. And finally, your personal goals and dreams. While it's great to have supportive friends, sharing too much can lead to unsolicited opinions that might sway you from your path. True friendship respects the sanctity of personal boundaries. Now that we've discussed the what not to share, let's wrap it all up. We've journeyed through different relationships and the unique boundaries each one holds. With colleagues, we learned that the workplace isn't a confession booth. Keep your personal grievances and weekend escapades to a minimum. In romantic partnerships, we explored how some mysteries are essential. Not every thought or past experience needs to see the light of day. It's okay to keep parts of yourself, just for yourself. As parents, we're not obliged to share every detail of our lives with our children. Protecting them from certain truths is part of the gig. And finally, friendships, while built on trust and openness, also demand respect for personal space and secrets. In essence, the art of not oversharing is about understanding and respecting boundaries. It's about striking a balance between transparency and discretion. Remember, sharing is caring, but oversharing? That's just plain scary. Until next time, keep your secrets to yourself.